"The only power I've got is the power to persuade," said Lyndon B. Johnson before becoming President of the United States. As Senate Majority Leader before becoming President, Lyndon Johnson was known for his extraordinary ability to navigate the intricacies of the Senate and its personalities. This quote underscores the often subtle, behind-the-scenes nature of Senate leadership, where persuasion and negotiation are key tools for advancing legislation. But how is the Senate formed? And what is the purpose of this entity in US politics and, more relevantly, elections? We'll take a look at the formation of this powerful political body and what kind of influence it has on the election race. Before we begin, remember to hit the like button and subscribe to learn more leading to the big election date of November 5th. What is the Senate? The United States Senate is one of the two chambers that make up the US Congress, alongside the House of Representatives. If you want to learn more about the House of Representatives, you can check out our previous video explaining all of that with the link here. Together, these chambers form the legislative branch of the federal government, tasked with crafting and enacting laws. The Senate plays a distinct role within Congress, designed to provide stability, equal representation for states, and a check on both the more populous House and the executive branch. Structure and membership. The US Senate is composed of 100 senators, 2 from each state, regardless of population, like the House of Representatives. This structure contrasts with the House of Representatives, where representation is based on the population of each state. By giving each state an equal number of senators, the creators of the Constitution intended to protect smaller states from being overwhelmed by larger, more populous ones. This equal representation of states is one of the Senate's most defining features. Senators serve 6-year terms, which are staggered, so that approximately 1/3 of the Senate is up for election every 2 years. This system ensures continuity and provides senators with greater insulation from immediate public opinion, allowing them to take a longer-term view on legislation and governance. Senators must be at least 30 years old and US citizens for at least 9 years, and residents of the states they represent. Would you like to find more simplified explanations about the US election system and how the current electoral campaign is unfolding? Well, support us by clicking the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on our latest videos. Let's continue our summary of the Senate. Powers and responsibilities of the Senate. While both chambers of Congress share many legislative responsibilities, the Senate has specific powers that distinguish it from the House. Among these is the advice and consent role, which grants the Senate the authority to confirm or reject presidential appointments to key federal positions. This includes appointments to the cabinet, federal judiciary, including the Supreme Court, and various executive branch positions. The Senate's role in confirming these appointments gives it significant influence over the federal government's functioning, as these officials shape US policy and administration. In addition to confirming appointments, the Senate also has the power to ratify treaties. While the President can negotiate treaties with foreign nations, these agreements must receive the Senate's approval, with a 2/3 majority vote required for ratification. This gives the Senate a critical role in shaping US foreign policy and ensuring that international agreements reflect the broader national interest. The Senate also holds the power to conduct impeachment trials, as we mentioned in our previous video, while the House of Representatives has the sole authority to impeach or formally accuse federal officials, including the President. The Senate conducts the trial and ultimately decides whether to convict and remove the official from office. Conviction requires a 2/3 majority vote, a high threshold designed to prevent political abuse of the impeachment process. The Senate as a deliberative body. One of the Senate's defining characteristics is its emphasis on extended debate and deliberation. Unlike the House of Representatives, where debate time is often limited, the Senate allows for more open and extended discussions on legislation. This slower, more methodical process is intended to encourage thorough consideration of issues and prevent hasty decisions, something you would want in government. A key feature of Senate procedure is the filibuster, a tactic used by senators to delay or block legislative action by extended debates indefinitely. While the filibuster can be ended through a process known as cloture, which requires a 60-vote supermajority, it remains a powerful tool for the minority party to exert influence and force compromise. This procedural rule reinforces the Senate's role as a check on majority rule, ensuring that the minority's voice is heard in the legislative process. Senate leadership and committees. The Senate is led by several key figures, most notably the Senate Majority Leader, who controls the legislative agenda and has significant influence over which bills are brought to the floor for debate and vote. The Vice President of the United States serves as the President of the Senate, but only votes in the case of a tie. The Senate also has a President pro tempore, traditionally the longest-serving member of the majority party who presides over the Senate in the Vice President's absence. Senate committees play a vital role in shaping legislation, conducting hearings, and overseeing the executive branch. Each committee specializes in specific policy areas, such as foreign relations, defense, or healthcare, allowing for detailed examination of proposed legislation and issues. The U.S. Senate is a vital component of the American legislative system, designed to balance the popular representation of the House of Representatives with equal state representation and a more deliberate approach to lawmaking. Its unique powers, such as confirming appointments and ratifying treaties, granted substantial influence over both domestic and foreign policy. By fostering extended debate and providing checks on majority rule, the Senate plays a crucial role in maintaining the stability and integrity of American democracy. But do you think that the Senate is a true and fair form of governance? Are there any parts to our explanation that are perhaps difficult to understand? Let us know your thoughts in the section below and make sure to turn on notifications for our upcoming video on what happens after Election Day.